Hi and welcome back. Uh, so this is part two of our Bluetooth tutorial where we're going to show the blocks this time, how to actually make it work. And I have gone back in, just turn this front screen off. So we've added in our impulse as well, but we've also added in a command button that'll take us back to the ops screen. So if we turn on our tactical screen, you can see we've built this up. So we have fire at will, phasers, photons, quantum and command. Turn that back off. I also built the phaser screen. So we have right and left, lower right. These will all send Bluetooth commands. Tactical will send us back to the tactical screen, and command will send us back to the ops. I haven't built everything else because this will give a really good idea. So let's get to building some blocks. So we just click on where it says blocks, and we come to this blank screen. Right, so we have our blank screen. So we start with our front screen. So we want, when front screen touched, we touch any sprite, so that is touch anywhere. Select front screen again, come down, and we want the set front screen background image of that PNG. Now we're going to take that out, delete it, come in logic, pick up the true because we're going to use this a bit, and we'll set that one to false. We're then going to come to the access screen, come down to set access screen to visible, in there, so into horizontal alignment. So we want the set horizontal alignment to visible. Fit in. Then we want connect Bluetooth. We want this visible as well. We've got two of that, so we'll duplicate it, put it in place, put this one in place, move this one, select enabled. That means the button will work now. And all this is turned on. Then connect Bluetooth again, back to the top. We want when connect Bluetooth before picking. So we can duplicate this, bring it down, just doing select Bluetooth. This time we want elements. So now we want to go down to our Bluetooth client. And we want our Bluetooth client at the top, address and names. So that will pick up a list of all your Bluetooth devices. Get that out of our way. So now we're back up to connect Bluetooth again. Now we want when connect Bluetooth after picking. So back in here. So it's connect Bluetooth selection. Into there, down to Bluetooth client. Call Bluetooth client 1, connect an address. now, so next we want in connect Bluetooth, and we want selection. So there, we've pulled up the list of addresses, we've made a selection, and now we're going to that selection. So now we're going to turn all these bits and pieces off and go to our first screen. So we want horizontal alignment, we will duplicate, bring it down, switch it to false, duplicate this, bring it down, set it to false. I'll just bring these others down quickly instead of telling you one. Right, we're now going to set up our next screen that we're going to go to. So procedures, and procedures, we want a call procedure. Duplicate that, and this first one is our up screen. So in here we will call this ops screen on. And then it's changed the procedure as well. So now, let's move over slightly. We're going to build up our ops screen. And so if we open it up, we want ops. And all we're going to do is make it visible, ops visible. And we're going to make our two buttons visible and enabled. You can just duplicate this 4 times, pull it up, so we can see what we're doing. We can change our buttons. So this is engineering select we want now. Enabled. Now want some trues, so just duplicate one of these. So now all that's set to true. We also want an option to turn this screen back off. So just duplicate it. Change that to off. And change all these to false. Now we had 2 buttons here. So we need to go into each of them. So what we want is when tactical select is touched, that's our first button, we are going to call up screen off, so it will turn everything off. We're going to duplicate that because we're going to turn the tactical button on, tactical screen on. So we need to build another screen. So we can duplicate, move over, change the name of the screen to tactical screen on. We can change our visibility to tactical screen. I should have copied the one with the trues, it would save me a bit of time. Now we change our buttons, so we have fire at will, phasers, phasers enabled, photons visible, photons enabled, quantum visible, and quantum enabled. And then again, we'll have times when we turn this screen off. Oops, I forgot the command button. Just duplicate again. And this is tactical drops button. Enabled. Quicker to delete that. Just duplicate that again. Change its name. So that's how I've built up all the screens going between each other. So we do exactly the same with the if the engineering buttons chosen. Oops, we forgot to change that back. That now has the option of tactical screen on. We will build up the phaser screen as well. So let's duplicate that. So we want when phasers is touched, tactical screen off first. We'll duplicate because we haven't built our phaser screen yet. Change this name to phaser screen on. You can now change that to phaser screen on. So we have our phaser screen. We have our right phaser, and you can see how I'm just copying it over all the time. And then we have a 6 button on this screen. That we can go back to the tactical screen. And once again, duplicate. Every screen is doubled with an on and an off. So now we will show you what happens, how we communicate with the Bluetooth. So we go to our phasers. So let's start with our right. So we want when right phaser select is touched. So we want call Bluetooth client with 2-bit number and send number. Then to here, take a text box, the little one at the top, and whatever number you want to send. All these have to be different. So number 1 will make our right phaser, and that will just send the message number 1 to your Bluetooth device. I'm using Arduino, and the code will then do whatever number 1 is meant to do. This is just to send a signal, that's what's being pushed. So we just repeat that. For all these, we change, and we change what's sent to a different number every time. And that is basically all you need to know how to build one of these screens. Most of it is copying and pasting. This is why it's so important to name everything as you go along, and name it things that make sense, so that you can then just go through. It'll pull up all of them that you've created on the other originally, so you can just swap and change them. Remember, when it's turn screen off, it's false. Turn screen on, it's true. We're going with touched. Everything has to be turned to visible and enabled. And that'll make your Bluetooth work. I hope I've explained this enough and all that to make it make sense. And as I say, any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'm getting 2 warnings because I haven't done anything for calling these screens. That's all it is. So any questions, just ask in comments. I will try help as much as possible. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. Until next time, thank you for watching. Keep trekking and keep modelling. Thank you. Goodbye.